fiction. Said I black out for real, then the track gone missing. If it's cap, I'm dipping. We ain't talking about a move, then it's flatline finished. When I spaz, I'm grinning. Put a peel off in the Sadies and I pass by spinning. It's perks with this life, but I don't have my skinach. Took a quick trip and now I'm back home winning. And I see they eyes pop like I snack on spinach. Pull up to the spot, she tryna grab my digits. I'm already 8 shots, a Henny past my limit. Here you go. Hazards with a dash full of tickets. I'ma act like I don't see them. I got bad eye vision. Y'all can't pass my scrimmage. While y'all tripping, it's Aruba. I realized I had to go and flip the...
What's up, guys? Welcome back to episode 240 of Psychotic and Iconic. Pals and Theories are back in the building with a whole lot of shit to talk about. Where you want to start off, bro? Because I want to start off with the football focused top quarterback list.
I'm down for whatever.
Because I saw, did you see it? You saw it, right? You read over it?
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was so insane. And I thought you made a good point, too, when we were bullshitting about it earlier, how you were saying, like, you don't really know what they're judging off of. And I thought that was a fair question, to be honest. But so the list, I'm only going to 17 because the disrespect really started at 17. But number one was we had Mahomes, Burrow, Lamar, Allen, Hurts, Jaden, Stafford, Herbert, Goff, Geno at number 10, Purdy at 11, Jordan Love at 12, 13 was Baker, 14 was Stroud, 15 was Kyler, 16 was Trevor, and then 17 was Dak. What do you got to say on that? What for one, what stood out the most to you about that? Like, where were you looking at it where you were looking at it crooked?
I feel like you can answer so many ways, though, because, like, I feel like the top 5 to me are so interchangeable because it depends on what you want. Do you want accolades or do you want right now? Right? Like, are you looking at it right now objectively, or are you looking at accolades, total body of work, career-wise? Because Mahomes at number 1 doesn't make any sense. He's not the best quarterback. When I can watch that. Anybody can watch that right now and just say he's not the best quarterback in the planet. Yep. He's not. I mean, I would put Lamar Jackson over him right now. He's played way better. I would agree. I mean, look, don't get me wrong. Mahomes has made it further in the postseason, but if that's how we're judging, cool. But if we're watching game for game and stats and full body of work, Lamar Jackson is definitely up there.
My thing is I think with Mahomes, Burrow, Lamar, and Allen, if you're just putting those 4, because they tiered it, and I forget like the tier names, but like obviously those 4,
I saw that. Elite was tier 1,
but everybody's the same on those 4 guys. Where it is, where you could kind of sub them, and it's just personal preference. Like the one came out and had Josh Allen at number 1, Lamar at number 2, and I said I don't hate that.
Again, it's what are you looking for?
So are
you looking for right now? Or are you looking for the total body of
correct?
Work?
Yeah,
because Joe Burrow number 2 doesn't really make any sense.
Doesn't at all.
Because if you're hanging on to the Super Bowl appearance, I mean, like that's, to me, that's corny. Like I don't go by that.
Yeah. Like
to me, he missed the playoffs. I know. I get it. His defense was trash, historically trash, and I get that. Like I don't hold it against him for that. I really don't. Me personally, I as a fan, I don't.
Look, bro.
But at the same time,
you know he's my favorite player in the league. You can't be missing the playoffs.
No, I know.
Like I know your defense was garbage. Like I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. I get it, bro. You threw a Triple Crown guy. You had 4,900 yards, 43 touchdowns, 9 picks. I get it. But you cannot miss the playoffs, because if Josh Allen misses the playoffs, trash. Lamar Jackson misses the playoffs, trash. When you are in that category and you are as talented as Burrow, you have to make the playoffs. I don't give a fuck. I don't care if your defense looks like Highlands.
Well, I
you just got to make the playoffs.
Well, I just think for him, he's in a specific era though, because like
he's the only old school quarterback.
Yeah, but it's not even that. He's got 2 lethal wide receivers.
Oh, okay.
Josh Allen don't have shit compared to him. He don't, bro. Like Lamar Jackson don't got shit compared to him.
Nothing.
Like nothing compared to him. You know what I mean? And even Mahomes, he don't got nothing compared to Joe. And it's like he's the one that missed the playoffs out of all of those quarterbacks. And it's like for him to be that number 2, I disagree with. Although my eye test would tell me he definitely could very well be arguably the best quarterback in the league.
Now, you know what's funny?
It depends on how you want to look at it.
I agree with you, but you know what else is funny? And I just thought about that. If Jalen Hurts misses the playoffs with those wide receivers, how bad does he get trashed?
I mean, yeah, because he's not your traditional quarterback.
That's what I'm saying. But Burrow kind of is getting a pass.
He gets a pass. But we always said that. Though.
Yeah. But like the craziest thing for me is, even as an Eagles fan, I don't understand Dak at 17. I don't care that he got hurt. You know Dak can play.
Again, well, if you're going by right now, then yeah, the injury, put him in there makes sense.
You got the same shit again. You got the Herbert love. Like, I don't, like, when I was looking at this and I'm looking and I made my own fuck no list for Dak. And I'm looking and I'm like, is Herbert better than Dak? Fuck no. Is Geno Smith better than Dak? Fuck no. Is Brock Purdy better than Dak? Fuck no. Is Stroud better than Dak? Arguable. Is Kyler better than Dak? Fuck no. Is Trevor Lawrence better than Dak? Fuck no.
I don't know. I mean, so you would take Justin Herbert? I mean, you would take Dak over Justin Herbert?
I wouldn't even think twice.
I don't. But why? Like,
Dak has done more.
So where do you put Dak?
Dak is definitely top 10. Definitely top 10. Definitely.
That's close.
Definitely. Even if you just take out. I mean, I got the list right here. Burrow, Lamar, Allen. Wait, I'm sorry. Burrow, Lamar, Allen, Hurts, Mahomes, Jalen Hurts, Matt Stafford, Baker Mayfield, Dak Prescott. And then at 10, you could go Stroud, you could go Jaden Daniels.
Where's Geno?
Goff. Geno's closer to 15.
Because I think Geno is kind of like underrated.
But Geno,
I kind of like where he's at on this list. Though.
Geno is underrated, but the problem is Geno is underrated because we're used to watching Geno as being a backup and like being actually ass. Geno caught on late, and now you watch Geno and you're like, oh wow, he's actually not as ass as advertised.
Like Geno being at 10, I don't hate that. I'm not mad at that.
Would you?
I mean, who? I mean, all right.
Baker Mayfield is definitively better. CJ Stroud is definitively better. Jordan Love definitively better in my opinion. Jared
definitively better than Geno. I don't know. I feel like Geno has how. Like when I watched Geno Smith on Seattle, right? His line was bad, dude.
I agree.
He had a really piss poor offensive line. I know he had weapons. He had Tyler Lockett. He had DK Metcalf. He had a pretty solid running game. I get that. And I felt like Geno did all he could for Seattle. Like, to be honest with you, like I felt like there was a lot of plays where I was shocked that he made. And
because
he kept
you're used to him being ass.
But he consistently kept doing it over the last couple of years. So now it's like the Raiders took a chance on him, and I kind of like the spot for him. They got Brock Bowers. I mean, they got the rookie wide receiver they drafted. Yeah, dude. Like I like what the Raiders
mean the running back. You mean Gene T?
Yeah, Gene T. No, but they also have they also drafted a wide receiver that they really loved. I forget his name. But yeah, no. I don't know. I think Geno's slept on, bro. I really
agree
do.
with you, but I wouldn't like my thing is that where do you see Geno? Like for me, Geno is in that category of like he's a good quarterback.
But what makes the other quarterback, like what makes Jordan Love better?
Eye test. Like I just feel like Jordan Love has only started 1 year. He's already accomplished more than Geno.
Not really.
Geno ever won a playoff game?
I mean, yeah, but like if you're talking about that's what I'm saying, accomplishments.
Yeah.
In 1 year, right? Like I mean, again, situations matter too. If you put Geno on Green Bay, I think he wins a playoff game. 100%. I do. I think Geno's pretty good. I think again, I don't
know because Jordan Love was really cooking that second half.
But I feel like again, like you brought up the Jets thing, and it's like, yeah, I think a lot of people gravitate towards that. But when you watch him now, like he's a different quarterback. Like he definitely could play, and he's a baller. All
right, so let me ask you a question. If you're,
I'm not saying like Geno Smith is like better than. I don't think Geno Smith is better than Herbert. I don't think he's better than Stafford, Goff. I don't think he's better than Baker. I don't think I think him and Dak are kind of like the same player now. I mean, Dak coming off an injury, they could be very well.
And look, I'm with you on that.
Dak, I think Dak is set up to really, really explode this year. Pause. I think I really do. I mean, with Pickens and CD, like I really feel like he's in a really good situation.
But my thing is how do you're essentially putting CJ Stroud in a conversation with Kyler Murray and Trevor Lawrence?
No, like I'm putting CJ Stroud in the conversation of Purdy, Love,
Goff,
and Baker. I think Baker and Stroud are neck and neck.
You out here in denial. Wait, I'm sorry. You said who?
I think Baker and Stroud are neck and neck.
I don't hate that.
Like, I actually feel like
nobody can convince me that Geno Smith and Brock Purdy are better than Baker Mayfield and CJ Stroud.
Like, would Baker change the Texans?
Yeah.
I agree with that.
He changed Cleveland.
I actually kind of agree with that because I think Baker has leadership qualities that he might not be like the best overall talented, but I feel like leadership qualities go a long way and people overlook those kind of things and quarterbacking in general, in the position in general, that like, I feel like those qualities that he has, competitiveness, loving his teammates, being passionate, like those traits go a long way. And that's how, like, I feel like it kind of galvanized Tampa Bay.
Do you have any reservations? Like, are you like, what's your take on the Jaden Daniels stuff? Cause like, I've kind of alluded to this a little bit. I've made a few Twitter posts and stuff, but I have a feeling, and I'm a Jaden fan. I thought he should have went over Caleb Williams. I said that last year, Jaden would lead them to the wild card round and got fucking ripped apart for it. But check my resume. My thing is that I feel like Jaden is being set up for failure. And I don't mean that in terms of the team. I just feel like his hype and the way that he's being viewed is, and look, it's semi-warranted because he went to the NFC Championship game as a rookie with like an okay team. Like his team wasn't stacked. Yeah. But like to put him 6th already ahead of the likes of Matt Stafford and stuff. Like, I don't have a problem with him being above Justin Herbert, because Justin Herbert to me is the most overrated quarterback in the league, because Justin Herbert is continuously compared to the Mahomes, the Burrows, the Lamars, the Allens, and he hasn't accomplished shit.
I think if we give it time, maybe.
That's fine. We can give it time. But I'm just saying, when you are Herbert and you are constantly being compared to the elite of the elite, the top 4 solidified guys, no matter which way you slice it, when you are being compared to them and you haven't even won a playoff game in 5 years, when I look at that, I'm looking and I'm like, I just can't do that. He hasn't done enough. And people act like he's been throwing the Lad McConkey and Josh Palmer his entire career, which is like the biggest revisionist history of all time. It's a complete false narrative that Justin Herbert is like riding. Justin Herbert did have a bomb squad. He had Keenan Allen. He had Mike Williams. He had Austin Eckler. He had a good offensive line. Like, where is the accountability for Herbert to still be in this conversation?
Well, he also had a brand new head coach this year.
And he's one of the best head coaches in football.
But I thought that Herbert took a step forward, though. Like, overall, like
he did in the regular 100%. Season. But you can't.
I'm just saying this year in general, like as a total player, I think he got better. Like, the talent wasn't there. Like they got rid of all their wide receivers. They drafted McConkey. He was working with a rookie wide receiver. Their tight end was who? Who was their tight end? What's his name?
Who?
Their tight end.
The Chargers?
Yeah. He was shitting. Didn't Ant have him?
Yeah. I can't think of him off the top of my head.
Was it Johnny Smith?
Nah, he was on the Dolphins.
He was on the Dolphins, right? Well, he was shitting. Yeah, Ant had him.
That's who it was. Yeah, because you were going to pick him up.
Yeah,
Will Dissly.
And he was shitting.
I know.
So it's like, I feel like the talent, I feel like everybody's always going to bet on the talent. So to me, it's like, to put Herbert in the top 10, I don't hate it because he's definitely more talented than Jordan Love. He's more talented than Baker. He's more talented than Kyler. He's more talented than Trevor. He's more talented than Goff. He's more talented than Geno. He's more talented than Purdy.
He's a top 5 talent. Now, we have a question here about from YouTube from Daryl. What about Brock Purdy? Okay, so I don't know if he's asking this because he saw the TikTok that I posted. I think Brock Purdy is a good quarterback. I think you can win games with Brock Purdy. I just think that it is crazy to pay Brock Purdy $53 million coming off of a 6-11 season. And my issue with that is like you're saying, okay, they were injured. Fair. But he also took a step back in his performance. However, when you are making the $53 million, you need to be good enough to overcome injuries. That's the type of quarterbacks that make that money. Like if somebody said to me, what is Brock Purdy worth? In my opinion, Brock Purdy should be on the Baker Mayfield level deal in the 35-40 range. Brock Purdy is not a $55 million quarterback. He's just simply not. And I'm not disrespecting him. I'm being honest. Like, Brock Purdy is a good quarterback. He's not an elite quarterback.
So let me ask you a question. So how much do you think that he should have got paid? Like, what is his market?
I think he shouldn't have got more than 40 million. But then again, I think all the quarterbacks are crazy.
But who are you comparing him to?
I think he's in that. It's hard though, because Dak got overpaid too. Look, it's a slippery slope, because I don't think Dak should be making the money that he's making either. So, like, for me, if I'm looking at Brock Purdy, I think you got the Brocks, the Daks, the Goff, Baker, Stroud, like that. He's in that. So
Stafford got 4 years, 160 million.
Yep.
If I remember, I'm looking it up right now. I know that Gino just signed a 2-year, $75 million contract.
Yep.
And I know Sam Darnold signed 3 years, $100 million. Right now, 5 years for $256 for Purdy. Do you think that they got fleeced compared to those contracts, the other ones like the Genos and the Darnolds? Because to me, I think Brock Purdy's way better than Darnold.
Yeah,
I think he gives you a way better chance than Darnold.
Absolutely.
Brock Purdy went to a Super Bowl.
He went to
two NFC championship games.
It's fair.
Right? Like, just because a guy had a bad season last year, it doesn't make him not worth $256 million. Do I think he's worth $256 million? No. Because I stay on the side that these players get paid way too much.
So do I.
To do fuck all. You know what I mean? Like, if you're getting listen, $256 million, that's a whole nother conversation we can have on another podcast. That money is insane. But when you get paid that much money, the expectations are always going to be high. But, like, in fairness to him, CMC got hurt. He was the engine. He's the engine of an offense, man. Like, when you have a player like that, you're going to feed him. And when you tailored your offense towards that player and he's unavailable, it's tough, right? Like, and then Debo, he got hurt, and then
Ayuk.
Ayuk got hurt, but then Debo, he got traded. So it's like, what did he have last year? He had Kittle. Well, Kittle played great.
But my thing is even if CMC
and the Niners weren't trash, they just had a boatload of injuries.
Well, they lost 8 out of
difference.
They went 6-11 and lost 8 out of their last 9.
Yeah.
Like that. If I'm John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan and somebody's coming to me saying I want to be paid amongst the elite, and I'm looking at him and I'm just like, yeah, we're gonna have to take that number way down.
Yeah, but why? So is it eye test then? So you think that Brock Purdy, an eye test is telling you he's not worth $256 million? Because if Joe Burrow is worth all that money and he had a Super Bowl appearance, and Brock Purdy, to me, he's more accomplished than Joe Burrow. He's more accomplished than Josh Allen. Well, if you want to count Super Bowls and appearances and shit like that, then that's fine. I'm talking about like I guess winning percentage wise.
My issue is that when I look at it, and like I like, how do I articulate this? When I'm looking at like Brock Purdy, again, it just comes down to, I think he's a good quarterback, but when you are being paid elite money and you can't build the roster, it's going to be a problem. Like, Brock Purdy's not carrying a roster. And now I know everybody's going to jump into mentions. Oh, Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts did not have this team his entire career. It is a very different situation with Jalen Hurts when Jalen Hurts got paid. It's just different. Like, there's just, when I see Brock Purdy, I don't see somebody like what you have. IU coming off of an ACL, right? Mm-hmm. That normally takes a minute to get going again.
For sure.
So my thing is you're throwing the Ricky Pearsall, George Kittle, Riggy. You're throwing to those two again. Do you really believe that Brock Purdy is going to be able to do that for you? Can you really trust
CMC too?
Can you trust CMC?
Sure.
He had one healthy year over the last, 4 or 5? So essentially you're telling me that, okay, CMC is the engine. Okay, that's fair and probably right. Well, why the fuck are you paying the quarterback like he's the engine?
Because it's hard to find a quarterback. They drafted a guy named Trey Lance who was a bust. They got lucky to draft the guy to get Purdy.
Brock Purdy saved their lives. That's why I think Brock Purdy should have did what he did.
He saved them single-handedly. The last 4 years, they were irrelevant because of the quarterback.
If I was the Niners, you don't even want to know what I would say.
Like,
if I was the Niners, I'm letting Brock Purdy walk, and I would take my chances with Shedeur Sanders.
Like, yeah, when we had Spencer on here, like he loved Brock Purdy. Like everybody loves him. Everybody sleeps on it. And apparently he was carving up the Niners defense, and the Niners defense historically been fucking good.
Yeah.
So it's like, yo, I don't think he's bad. I think like
I don't think he's bad.
But I think we're arguing based on him being paid $256 million based on eye test. And the eye test tells me, and his history tells me, as he's a pretty accomplished dude, bro.
He was when the team was stacked. He was accomplished when the team was loaded.
It doesn't matter, though.
Yes, because when the tires started to lose air, Brock Purdy was getting out the what's it called? It's a little wheel, the donut.
They started off like on defense. They had a lot of injuries too as well. Like I think their whole team was pretty much beaten.
Okay,
that shit.
But here's my problem.
You can have a bad year. The shit happens, bro.
He's getting paid like Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow's defense was historically bad. Joe Burrow mustered out 9 wins. Brock Purdy lost 8 of his last 9 and finished 6-11, and then went and demanded to be paid like a top 5 dude.
Yeah, but I'm trying to figure out what is a fair contract for Brock Purdy, because if you think that that's too much money, then where do you think that he stands? Where, like, what tier? Where do you have Brock Purdy in the tier?
A solid starter.
Where is that?
I would say somewhere in that 12 to 15.
Because again, though, like Brock Purdy got paid because Trevor Lawrence got paid,
which is a joke.
Brock Purdy got paid because
Brock Purdy's better than Trevor
Like
Lawrence.
Sam Darnold are getting $100 million. Guys like Baker are getting $100 million.
Not a joke.
I'm just saying though, but like, which right now is a steal.
That's what I'm saying.
Steal, yeah,
that's what I'm saying. But would you take Geno Smith over Brock Purdy?
No.
Would you take Jared Goff over Brock Purdy?
I love Jared Goff, but
you should take Jared Goff over Brock Purdy, dog.
I don't know.
Okay, are you taking Justin Herbert over Brock Purdy?
I think Jared Goff and Brock Purdy is a fair comp.
Fair. I agree with you. I actually agree with you.
They both lost Super Bowls.
I agree with you.
Both came up.
I think Goff could do a little bit more.
Maybe.
But okay, do you think Jordan Love is better than Brock Purdy? If you had to start your franchise, would you feel
I
more
think Jordan
comfortable?
Love is super talented, yes, but I think Purdy's a baller.
Jordan Love shouldn't have got paid what he got paid either.
Right.
But the Packers kind of were just in a rock and a hard place.
But what do you do if you're Brock Purdy? You're seeing guys like Jordan Love getting 200.
I want my money.
You have to.
I don't hate Brock Purdy.
I went to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I went to 2 FC. He's been accomplished.
Would you take Brock Purdy or Baker Mayfield?
Right now, I'm taking Baker. I think Baker's a better quarterback.
Are you taking CJ Stroud or Purdy?
But I don't think it's that far. I'm taking Stroud.
Okay. Yeah. Are you taking Kyler or Purdy?
Purdy.
So am I. Are you taking Trevor or Purdy?
I'm taking Purdy.
So am I. Are you taking Dak or Purdy? I don't know. I don't know. But my thing is, I don't know,
bro, because I feel like in the playoffs, I feel like I could trust a
Purdy more than Dak. So do I.
A little bit,
I agree
man.
with you.
A little bit.
I
like, but that's how I judge. Like, I'm not going by the regular season. I don't give a fuck about the regular season. I'm going by like, yo, when it comes January, can you get the fucking job done? And that's why I answered the way I answer, because I think Baker could go into a hostile environment and shut down a crowd.
I trust
because he's that kind of competitor, and I believe in that.
Baker Mayfield is one of the top 10 guys that I trust in any environment.
And I think Stroud's a baller. That's why I think Stroud, I would trust him in an environment different.
I fuck with Stroud.
Than Purdy. Me too. I think Stroud's awesome.
I just think Brock Purdy's got a lot on his plate this year.
Kyler being on his list is kind of crazy.
Kyler is ass. I mean, let's be real now. Like, I'm being dead serious. Kyler Murray is ass. Keep it a buck.
But I think there's definitely a list that exists where half the quarterbacks in the league are mentioned, and Kyler's not one of them. There has to be.
He shouldn't be on that list.
I don't know who else. I mean,
bro, I was cracking up today, yo. I saw this clip.
Well, who would you take, Kyler or Trevor? That's tough, though, yo. Because
it's like, do I want the stomach bug or do I want the flu?
I'll take Trevor.
I'll take Trevor because he's taller. You ain't gonna win with Kyler, bro. Like, aside from me actually thinking Kyler's ass, he's also the man's 4 feet tall.
Yeah.
Like, if you can't see over the lineman, I don't know what to do with you, dude. For real though, like, I'm not even trying to be funny.
I don't disagree with you.
So, like,
I'm just saying, I think there is definitely a list out there that totally exists where Kyler's not mentioned. And
Kyler Murray is not a top 15 quarterback. He's just not. Like, I was cracking up, bro. I always watch Colin Cowherd talk.
Fantasy wise, yes.
Colin Cowherd.
There's two different players.
Correct. Colin Cowherd always talking about how Kyler Murray's a top 10 player. Yet he always picks the Cardinals to come last in the division. How are you a top 10 quarterback and you consistently come in last?
That doesn't really make any sense.
Because if you're a top 10 quarterback, that means that you're up there battling with Stafford. You're better than Sam Darnold, and you're better than Brock Purdy. Because Colin don't like them. But there's a lot of where Colin was wrong coming lately. A lot.
So let's see the tiers, but the tiers are important. Like, to me, like that's where it is, because he's deemed as solid starter, but they need more help.
Who? Brock Purdy?
So this is tier. So let's break this down. Let's break this list down some more, right? Because this list is so super interesting.
Ignore the elite.
The elite is, we already know the elite, the top four, the Allen, the Lamar, the Burrow, the Mahomes.
Yep.
Right? Now, high-end starters.
Yes.
Jalen Hurts is number one in that category. Jaden Daniels, Stafford, Herbert.
Herbert's not a high-end starter.
That's where you lose me, because now like the tiers, like the context of the tiers matter to me.
Yeah, but like if you're saying that with Herbert, for me, Herbert is elite in one thing: talent and talent. That's it.
If you have a close game,
I ain't taking Justin Herbert.
Yeah, Herbert, I'm dead. To me,
I'm so glad you said that. If I'm in a close game, I'm taking Brock Purdy over Justin Herbert.
100%. Now, so let's read the tiers though. Solid starters who have flashed high-end play. It's tier 3A.
That's Justin Herbert.
Okay, wait a minute. 3B. Solid starters, but they need more help.
Yes, that's Dak Prescott. That's Brock Purdy to me.
But you don't think that he fits in that category, that he needs more help?
Who?
Herbert.
Yeah, he does, and he's in that one. He needs more help.
So do you think that he fits in the 3B or the 3A more, based on who he is as a player?
Based on who he is as a player?
Is he a solid starter who has flashed high-end play, or is he a solid starter but needs more help?
He's both of them, because he's shown flashes of it, but it's always in the games that don't matter. Like, the dude threw more interceptions in this year's playoff game than he did all season. Like, that is choke artist.
It becomes fickle though, man, because like now it's like he has shown flashy high-end plays, but in what big moments? He doesn't have that moment.
There's no moment.
He's got moments that are meltdowns.
Yes.
A la the playoffs games.
When it happened, when he's playing Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs, and it's a must-win for the division. Those are things where I'm talking about, where for me with Justin Herbert, like, they have to be, when you are that talented, they have to be held against you, because I've watched less shit get held against somebody like Jalen Hurts, who's not as talented as Herbert, but in a game to win for me,
yeah,
I'm taking Midnight Green in one.
All right, cool. So then so I got Herbert at tier 3B, solid starter but needs more help.
Yes,
and that starts at number 12. Now in that list, Jordan Love. Do you think he's better than Jordan Love?
Who?
Justin Herbert.
I think they are very similar for me. They are both players that I look at and I'm like, as far as talent, you could argue both of them are 5, 6 in the league. But but here's the thing. Jordan Love, I give a little bit more like grace to, because he's only had 2 years and he got banged up last year. But I don't know. He won a playoff game his first year starter, and he really caught on at the end of the year.
I think he's being wildly overrated, to be honest.
Yeah, he is. He is, because you see his talent.
I see the talent. Yeah, sure.
His talent's
absolutely
off the charts. Like,
the talent's there, but I just think he's wildly overrated. I think coming from his 2023 season, the way they ended, the way that they had a playoff run,
they should have came in ready.
They took, to me, like, I don't know. I thought
like they took a little bit of a step back.
Me too. I totally agree. And that's why I'm kind of evaluating him in that tier. That's why I'm looking at him like, would I take a Jordan Love over a Justin Herbert? And I probably would take the upside on the talent with the Herbert.
I don't know, because I feel like Love might have a little bit more talent than
but also I feel like Jordan Love is also stone cold. Like, I feel like
that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think. Well, I don't know.
I don't think the moment's ever too big for him. But I don't know, because I haven't.
We had 3 picks on him.
Who?
The Eagles
on Love.
Yeah, in the playoffs.
That happens.
We cooked.
That happens. But he was prepared against Dallas. Blew him out.
Blew him the fuck out. But then again, you're playing Dak Prescott, who routinely comes up short in the playoffs.
Yeah,
it's hard. It's hard.
All right, but then all right, cool. I'm in, but then so he's in that tier. Then he's in the 12 range. So you think Herbert's out of the top 10?
Oh yeah, you can't put Herbert in the top 10.
All right, so Herbert or Baker. I already know
Baker Mayfield.
Yes, okay. So then Baker I'm taking Baker out of this category, which is solid starters, but they need more help.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think he's a solid starter who has flashed high-end play?
Yes.
Baker.
I think Baker Mayfield has flashed high-end play.
Okay.
Baker Mayfield is...
So you have Baker in the 9 to 11 range.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, and that's a fair... I don't hate that because this is how we should break this down.
And I have CJ Stroud in that also. CJ Stroud is a better quarterback than Justin Herbert.
Well, Stroud is in the 3B tier, which is a solid starters, but they need more help.
No, CJ Stroud has flash, bro.
I'm sorry, and everybody that's listening right now, we're referring to the PFF list of top 32 quarterbacks in the NFL right now.
Yeah, like don't get it twisted. CJ Stroud, you want to talk about teams that are injured? You want to talk about what's his face was throwing to last year? Justin Herbert. CJ Stroud's whole fucking team got hurt. Tank Dell broke his entire body. Stephon Diggs tore his knee. Nico was out. He had Joe Mixon.
Yeah, he had Dalton Schultz. All right, so CJ Stroud, do you have him in the 3A?
3A.
Solid starters who has flashed high-end play.
Yes.
Okay. Now Jared Goff is interesting because like flash high-end play. Yes, I would totally agree.
I think he has flashed needs high-end help, but I think he goes to 3B where he needs more help. But I think it's also in terms of scheme for Jared Goff. Like, I think Jared Goff needs more help schematically because I think he has the talent. I think he can throw to regular dudes like Josh Reynolds.
Mm-hmm.
But I just feel like he needs like somebody like a Ben Johnson.
Okay.
He needs like that offensive wizard to get him going. The Sean McVay. The Ben Johnson, like that's where he needs the help.
Okay, because when I'm reading solid starters who have flashed high in play, Geno Smith to me would fit in the category of solid starters but need more help.
Yes.
So I would take him out of the top 10.
And I think,
and I'm okay with that.
And I think Dak Prescott is 3B, high end starter who needs more help. Dak Prescott needs help.
But he also is flash high in play. He was an MVP candidate.
He has.
Should have won, actually. You can argue that.
He has. I thought he should have won it. And
he's had a lot of good years, man.
He has, but he hasn't done it when it's mattered. Right, and here's the problem. Dak is in a tricky situation because Dak is one of those players where when you look at Dak now, finished second in MVP or third in MVP. He's thrown to 4,000 yards. He's thrown to 35 touchdowns. He's led a number one offense. But that's never translated to the big games. Like, you can't be in the league for 10 years or 9 years and you haven't gotten past the divisional round.
Well, yeah.
You just can't, bro. Like, I'm sorry. You can't do it. It just don't fit because you had an all-star offense with a solid ass defense. Like, you had a 4,000-yard passer in Dak. Amari Cooper had 1,000 yards. Zeke rushed for 1,000 yards. Your defense was top 5. And you didn't get it done. You know what I mean? So that's kind of where I am with Dak. I think Dak's a damn good quarterback. I would have no problem having Dak as my quarterback. It's just for me, I need to see more from Dak when it matters.
That's it's totally fair to say that because I just feel like Dak. I mean, you're right, man. He's really in a weird spot, and I feel like
weird because his regular season don't matter anymore. It doesn't. He's a 9-year vet. For Dak Prescott, it's all about January and February.
Yeah.
Whether that's fair or not is a different discussion.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just saying, if Dak Prescott comes out this year and throws for 4,000 yards, 38 touchdowns, 10 picks, that's a regular awesome season for a quarterback.
Yeah.
But if he gets in and it's the divisional round, like when he's playing the Packers, and it's like, yo, he's really got to do. Dak's doing it this year, and they get the floor wipe with them, and he throws 2 picks. He throws the dagger pick at halftime. You're looking at him, you're just like, bro, again. Unfortunately, you are. That's just the way it goes, bro.
Yeah, but then if that's the case, then he has a ceiling.
As of right now, yeah, we know Dak's ceiling.
So Dak has a ceiling.
I think he does. Unfortunately.
So you still taking Dak over Brock? Because Brock's ceiling is a Super Bowl.
I know it's tough. I said that before. I said it's a tough situation, dude. Because I'm a huge fan of Dak Prescott. Like, you know it. You know, I don't hate on Dak like that.
I love Dak. I love his story. I love everything he represents. I think Dak is great.
I troll Dak and the Cowboys because it's really fun and really easy. Because they're them boys. They just haven't done shit since we've been alive. But it's hard, man, because it's like Dak fits the eye test Brock has accomplished more. Brock is younger. That's a tough question for me, dude. That's a tough question because I like both of them. I root for both of them. I hate the 49ers, but like I like Brock Purdy. I have no issue with him. I like that he came from the 7th round. I love Dak's story. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I don't know, dude. I just feel like
I worry about Dak's health.
Purdy seems calmer in those moments.
Yeah, no, I don't think the moment's too big for Purdy. I think to me, he plays with house money when he plays.
Yeah, like he's got
nothing to lose. He had nothing to lose. Now, I mean, like he's got a big.
It's contract. A little bit different. Yeah,
it's a little bit. See, now I feel like we actually might know a little bit more because I feel like it's a definitely different type of pressure. Like when you're making quote unquote peanuts compared to what he's making now.
Yeah.
I feel like the pressure is so much different.
Bro, the expectations for them
100%.
now. Like, here's my thing. This is what I think one of the things I wanted to mention too with Brock Purdy is like, do you think the 49ers are a Super Bowl contender this year?
Yeah.
I don't.
Why?
I just don't think they have the roster. I don't think Brock Purdy and Brandon Ayuk are
well, I don't think that's all they have.
Well, that to me, that would be.
I think they have an excellent running game. I think they're going to get CMC if he could stay healthy. Yeah, but they also they breed running backs too.
They also fucking injure them.
I know it's a weird thing with the Niners thing.
They breed running backs.
They do.
And it's like, you're doing really good. Let me cut your leg off.
Yeah, like Jordan Mason came in there and he was a beast, but I think he left right. I'm also a known hater of the Niners. I don't like them. I can't stand Kyle Shanahan. I watch these shows, bro, and it's like, who are the best coaches in the league? And it's like Andy Reid, Sean McVay, and Kyle Shanahan. Well, and I'm just laughing. I'm like, well,
what?
who's in the NFC that can actually like who's a contender in the NFC? Because if you have a handful of teams where you're like, okay, they're better than them,
yeah.
Well, then I could say I can argue any given Sunday at that point.
And I think you're perfectly fine to do that. Are you talking about better head coaches?
I'm
or
just
better
saying,
teams?
like you said you don't think they're Super Bowl contenders, and I feel like with the NFC, I feel like they definitely could be.
I feel like the Eagles are better. I think the Eagles are better. The Rams are better. I think the Commanders are better. I think the Packers are better.
You can argue the Vikings, but I don't really trust it.
I don't know with that JJ McCarthy shit.
The Lions.
I don't know. Give me a minute.
I think the Lions are better than them.
Lions are going to have. I'm scared about the Lions, but I would say the Lions. I would lean yes.
I think the Lions are better. I think Tampa's a team.
What about the Falcons?
Tampa is definitely one of them.
What about the Tampa's better, 100%. What about the Falcons?
I don't know about better 100%.
They're better,
but I think it will be a good game.
What about the Falcons?
The Falcons they're not better than the Niners. They're physically not better than them.
That's fair, actually, because I don't like Raheem.
I think they're bitch made. I feel like they play a different brand of ball.
I'm with you. They're sweet.
They play a different brand of ball.
Well, we'll see what happens with Penix, but
I think the Niners can definitely beat the Packers.
Are the Niners better than the Cowboys?
Yeah. The Niners have their fucking number.
Yeah, duh. I didn't even put that together. Yeah, they can't.
I think the Niners are better than the Vikings. I think the Vikings are. I don't
know about that, bro. Because
I got to be honest with you. I think the Vikings might be a top 4 overall team, talent wise.
If JJ McCarthy is anything
for talent,
if JJ McCarthy is just
that team's loaded, bro.
An average quarterback, like not a rookie, they make the playoffs.
That team is extremely loaded.
I'm gonna laugh my balls off when JJ McCarthy comes in there and makes the playoffs before some Caleb Williams.
Well, I would argue they should have traded for Dak.
Fuck JJ McCarthy.
Yeah, you gonna say?
Nah, you can't do that.
So you think the Niners are a wild card team? Like, so you have you have 5 teams definitively better than them. I would say the Eagles are definitely better.
Definitely,
they're definitely better. Maybe I wouldn't say definitely. For me, that is.
Yeah, Green Bay definitely.
Green Bay is a definite.
Washington definitely.
There's 2.
Green Bay better than the Niners.
There's 2 definites for me.
Green Bay is better than the Niners.
There's 2 definites for me.
Green Bay is better than the Niners, bro.
I don't know. Maybe.
Put it down.
No, I think the Niners can go into Green Bay and actually beat them. 100%. I don't think Green Bay can go there and beat them. I don't.
No, come on, bro. This ain't Colin Kaepernick.
I'm sorry. I don't believe that. But I think the two teams that are definitively better than the Niners are the Rams and the Eagles in the NFC.
That's it.
Definitively better. Yes.
Not the Commanders.
You just said that you feel like
I know that, but I'm asking
overrated.
you. I'm being serious. But no. Here's the thing. I do think they're being a little bit overrated in terms of I feel like Jaden Daniels is automatically already the best quarterback in the NFC, and the Commanders are the best team, are one of the top 3 teams in the NFC. I'm just asking. I think the Commanders are better than the Niners because I don't think the Niners are that good.
I think I would take the Commanders to beat the Niners 100%.
So you got 3. So you think they're the 4th best team?
I wouldn't say definitively better than them, but I if I had to pick a squad, I think the Niners would lose to.
What about Tampa?
See, I think Tampa and the Niners are on the same tier. I think they're on the same tier.
We got 6.
No, I think they're on the same tier.
We got 6.
I think that's a fair assessment, though. I think
Big show.
However, I would say, man, that's tough, man. Because
what about the Seahawks? Not that they're better than the Niners. Do you think the Seahawks could be anything this year?
With Darnold?
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
They got rid of DK.
They lost DK
and Tyler, and they lost Caesar.
They lost Caesar. I mean, I do like JSN, but I wonder how effective he's going to be at the one
by himself.
Yeah. So
I don't even know who's their 2.
Bobo, Jake Bobo.
So they don't have a 2.
I think that's his name, isn't his
Said
name?
It, Bobos.
Seahawks.
They make your feet feel fine. Bobos.
Depth chart. Yeah, I believe. Yeah, wow, that's interesting.
Oh, they got Cooper Kupp.
Yeah,
I forgot about Cooper Kupp.
Yeah, that's
oh no, they're fucked. They're done. They signed MVS.
Oh yeah,
they're done, bro. Seahawks done. They don't win 4 games this year.
Yeah, they're absolutely.
You signed Marquez Valdez-Scantling, bro.
Marquez Valdez. Yeah, I'm out.
He's the Kobe Bryant of Chase Claypool's.
That's so fucking funny, man.
That's who he is, bro. MVS is the Kobe Bryant of Chase Claypool's.
That's actually insane. So all right, so
I really forgot about Cooper Kupp. That's crazy.
Me too.
That's crazy. All right. Let's talk about the NFL schedule release.
Yeah, let's roll with
kind
that.
of bore that out. Buffalo Bills, we are so back, man. We are so back. Favored in every game this year. Only team to be favored in every game this year. We are so fucking back with the Love Fest. What do you think about it? Oh, and they're on Hard Knocks.
Well, I want you to go first on this.
What about it?
Well, what do you think about them being favored in every game?
So it's funny. I was looking through the schedules today, messing around, bro. Buffalo in December, right?
Yeah.
They play the Bengals sandwiched between the Ravens. So it goes Ravens, the Bengals will play the Ravens, Buffalo, Ravens. The Eagles will play Washington, Buffalo, Washington. So I think Buffalo gets a huge break playing 2 big teams like that late in the year because they're going to be sandwiched between 2 very big division games.
Right. Okay.
I think that is an awesome. I think that's a shitty thing on the NFL for what they did to the Bengals and the Eagles, but I also think that is very, very favorable for the Bills. I love that they open up on opening night against the Ravens on Sunday night. I think that is a huge game that's going to have big playoff implications for that 1 seed. Josh Allen's never been the 1 seed. I think with their schedule this year, bro, honestly, them being favored in every game is pretty warranted. Their schedule is a cakewalk.
You know what's crazy? I'm actually surprised you said that.
What part? Because I said a lot.
The part where you said it's warranted.
It is warranted.
I'm actually surprised because I went through this and I thought that, I don't see a game where they should be favored.
I don't.
All of their hard games are at home.
Every one of them.
Every single one of them. Let's go through it, dude.
They start out with the Ravens
are at home.
At home. Now, here's the thing. I actually think that if there's a game that they're going to drop,
the Chiefs are at home.
They're
away at the Texans.
But here's the thing:
they're home against the Bucs. They're home against the Bengals. They're home against the Eagles. Yeah, man. I just feel like this. I feel like it favors them. Their away games aren't scary at all.
And then you got week 9, they play the Chiefs, bro. And we know that Patrick Mahomes can't see him when it don't matter.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, he can't see him when it don't
I'm
matter.
surprised that you thought it was going to be warranted because you started off your little your take with the Love Fest, and I was totally disagreeing with that. I don't think there's any truth to that.
I was trolling. No, it's not that. It's when you look at the schedule. So just say they lose to the Ravens on opening night, which is possible.
Absolutely.
Right?
Sure.
They play the Jets, the Dolphins, the Saints, the Patriots. That's division. Falcons, Panthers. Then they play. Like, honest to God, if they beat the Ravens, right, they do not lose a game at the earliest until November 2nd.
There's always a slip up.
Maybe the Patriots. That's it. Other than that, no.
I could see a weird Falcons game.
Nah.
Something stupid.
They're no match for Joshy.
Well, the one thing that I'll say about the Bills that really kind of worries me, and I feel like every team that a Super Bowl contender needs to have is a secondary. I don't think the Bills have a secondary. But that scares me with them, because like that is always what kills them in the playoffs. They can't get the fuck off the field on third downs because their defense gets absolutely burnt every time. I've seen it every single year. It's like Josh Allen, again, he could throw for 300 yards or 200 yards or whatever and not have a pick and not have a turnover and still lose. Like that is a total possibility, and that's because it's predicated on the defense not getting the proper stops. You got to get stops on and like when it matters most. And I think that's what worries me about the Bills more than anything this year. If I'm going to be nitpicking, if I'm going to nitpick something about a team, it's their secondary. They're not bulletproof. Absolutely not.
Their hardest away game is the Texans. When you really look at it, bro. I mean, if you want to say like going to Gillette, it's okay.
I would say going to Pittsburgh might be a little bit tough.
It depends on who their quarterback is.
Just because maybe New England, depending on who New England is.
That's what I'm saying, which I think New England's going to be a little bit better this year.
I think maybe Atlanta could be a tough one because they pump fake crowd noise.
You get the Eagles home, Bengals home, Buccaneers home, Chiefs home. Ravens home, like, bro, those are big marquee games that are all in your building, and it's your last year in that stadium.
Yeah,
right. Their new stadium comes out next year.
I genuinely think that I just no, man. I just think that like it's totally warranted. I am totally with the Buffalo Bills being favored. I don't see. Do I think that's going to play out throughout the whole season? No, because injuries happen, shit happens. You know, they could lose their number one wide receiver, and then they could be, an underdog.
Well, they don't. Do they even have a number one?
I mean, Shakir.
I mean, he's a one for them.
He's a one for Josh Allen.
Yeah. I mean, up until January. But
that's all he needs.
Oh, we know. But
all he needs. He don't have no Jamar Chase. He don't got a superstar like that.
Well, he don't need to. He's the best ever.
Exactly.
Yeah, he's favored.
I know. He won the MVP.
Dude won his first
MVP without it.
He won an MVP, bro, and he followed it up and
he won the MVP with Khalil Shakir as his number one.
It's an amazing accomplishment.
I know. You can't believe it.
Lamar Jackson did it with way worse.
Like who? Yeah, Mark Andrews.
I can't even name. I forget.
Mark Andrews was an All-Pro.
Not his first year. Who was his quarter? Was it Hollywood Brown? No, he's probably injured. Who the fuck? Who the hell was his wide receiver? I can't even remember, bro. He got so many of them dangs. I don't even remember.
Who's he got, 2?
Yeah. Shit, should have had 3.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, I would agree with it though.
To be serious though, the Bills should be favored in every game because all their hard games are at home.
I don't see a way they're. Yeah, I mean they're gonna.
Bro, they might. I'm taking the overs in their season total. I think their season total was like 11.5 or 12.5, which I think is low and scares the shit out of me.
Be careful though.
But it's funny because it's like you'll make their win total 11.5, but they're favored in every game. So what are you doing?
That's what I'm saying. I think
you feel me. You know what I'm saying?
It's like a be careful kind of moment though for me.
Be careful.
Yeah, kind of.
100%, dude. Because it just doesn't really make sense with what they're doing.
What other games do you or other?
Hold on. I'm just bringing this.
Well, let me ask you a question.
With me.
Do you think there's any other teams that would hold that statistic? That should hold this? Like you think the Eagles should be favored in every game?
I mean, according
they play the Bills, so they can't be. But I'm just saying, do you think the Eagles should be favored in that game?
The way that people talk about them, they should be, because everybody acts like they're an all Madden built team. They're the best team ever. They got 2 number 1 wide receivers. They got a superstar running back. Their quarterback is Their defense was number 1 last year. So I don't know. I don't know how to judge them, because if the Eagles are what everybody portrays them to be, they should be favored by 10 points in every fucking game.
Okay.
I think the Eagles could have warranted, but again, it depends on where the teams land. Like, I don't think the Eagles should go to Buffalo and be favorite, because I have respect for Josh Allen.
Okay.
But we have the better team and the better head coach. So if we were the favorite, I would kind of just be like, I wouldn't be comfortable with that.
Okay. Well, how about this? So
even though I think I said before the Super Bowl that I was hoping it was the Bills because I thought we would have smashed them.
Mm-hmm. What's the over under on Eagles wins?
11.5, I think, or something. 12 maybe. But
wow,
we wouldn't have smashed the Bills like that.
11.5.
Eagles.
That's pretty accurate, man. It's kind of where I have them.
Oh no, hell, what? They 11.5, and that's way the fuck over. Way over.
I think it's kind of border. I think it's on the border, bro.
All right, let's rock.
Let's rock it. Let's go through the Eagles schedule right now.
Okay, we open up against the Dallas Cowboys. Dub.
I think the Eagles win that game. Yes, I think the
We
Eagles
would win that handily. We were gonna fuck them up for a multitude of reasons.
I think it's gonna be close.
No, hell no. You need to stop doing this.
I'm not.
Why is it gonna be close?
It's a division game.
They got 3 brand new offensive linemen. One's a rookie, 2 or second-year starters.
A team come into your building when you're celebrating the Super Bowl. It's a different type of mentality. That worries me.
We're gonna hang the banner.
Serious. That's
we're gonna hang our Super Bowl banner, and then we're gonna hang our balls on their face.
I like that
because we're gonna smack the Cowboys at home. Do I really already got to start doing this?
No,
shit?
I think the Eagles are gonna win. I think it's gonna be a lot closer to people think because it's just a division game. I think
our
division
defensive
games are
line
always
is gonna
tough.
fucking overwhelm that new offense.
They very well could be. Yeah, we'll see.
All right, so that's a dub.
Okay.
Then they played the Chiefs.
I got a loss here. I think they lose to the Chiefs on the road. I think the Chiefs get their revenge, and that's fine.
I'll give it to them.
So
I'm not mad with that.
You don't want to go undefeated.
They play home against the Rams.
I think they lose that game too.
That's a win.
I think they're 1-2.
Rams are coming across the country at 1:00. We're gonna fucking beat their ass. Can't wait for that. We're gonna beat that ass. West teams coming east at 1 p.m. They don't play well, bro. The time messes them up. Then they play Tampa. We will beat Tampa.
I got them at 2-2 at this point.
And that's fair.
After week 4, I got them at 2-2, and I think it's a respectful.
That's fair. We were 2-2 last year, and then one did his thing.
Yeah.
14-0 in games he started and finished.
Right. I think Denver's a tricky game.
We're home against Denver. Denver's coming here.
Denver always will scare me because I think that defense can really shut us down. They can give us problems.
Okay.
I
got a W.
I think their defense can give us problems. I think this is a loss for the Eagles.
So you think they're 2-3?
I think the Eagles are 2-3 after week 5.
Oh my God. Then we play the Giants.
Yeah, I think the Eagles absolutely win this game. This is where the run starts.
Then we're at the Vikings.
Yeah, this is where the run starts. We're
at the Giants.
Then they win. Then they go on the bye week. They're sitting. So you have them. I got them 5-3 at the bye.
No, you don't. You have them losing to the Chiefs, the Rams, the Bucks, and the Broncos. That's 4 losses.
5-3 at the bye. What do you mean? I had them at 2-2 after week 4. I think they're either going to lose to Tampa or lose to the Rams.
Okay.
But I think they're going to lose to the Chiefs. They're losing one of those games.
I got 1 loss at the bye week.
Okay.
We're 8-1 headed into, or 7-1 headed into the bye. Maybe the Chiefs. We're definitely beating.
I got 5-3. I got 5-3 here, and they go into the bye week, and I think this is where we catch on fire. I think we go on the road to Green Bay. I think we get a dub.
The first play of the game against Green Bay should be a tush push.
Fair.
I don't care if you're on your.
It's
30.
a Monday night game too, so it's going to be rocking in Green Bay.
Yeah.
And it could be a little cold in November. So, but I think the Eagles are built for the elements. I don't think that matters. So I think the Eagles come off the bye and beat Green Bay on the road.
Yep.
Extending their win streak to 4 games at this point. And then they play Detroit. I think they beat Detroit.
Yep.
I think they go on the road to Dallas. I think they beat Dallas.
They sweep the
because I think at this point in the season, this is where Dallas is absolutely going to crumble. Their record's going to be they're going to be out of it at this point. I don't think Dallas is going to be one of those teams.
And they play Dallas right before Thanksgiving.
Correct. So I think Dallas at this point is going to be fighting for their lives. But so this could be very well important for Dallas too. But I think the Eagles are on a roll at this point. Like I think they absolutely go on a roll. Then they played the Chicago Bears. I think they absolutely steamrolled the Bears because I feel like it's a Friday.
I was just so confused because you put 3 p.m. and I'm like,
it's Friday.
And I was like, what?
It's a Friday game.
Oh, it's Black Friday.
Yeah. So they play Black Friday. They play Chicago at home. They're going to absolutely crush them.
We lose to the Chargers on Monday.
I think they beat the Chargers. I think they beat the Raiders.
Oh shit! Wait a minute. That's Chip Kelly's return.
Mm-hmm. I think the Eagles are going on a roll. I think that their next loss. I think this is where. as fans, we start to get worried because this is where I think that we start to lose.
This is a hard.
I
got
think we
three
lose
hard
the
games.
Commanders. I think we lose the Commanders. I think we lose the Buffalo.
We got bamboozled, bro.
Why?
Bro, those 3 games that end the season.
What the fuck? We got the easiest schedule leading up to it.
I know that. I know.
Leading up to our bye week, we got the Giants twice and the Vikings. I mean, the Vikings don't scare me with JJ.
Who knows?
Darnold, they did.
Well, we're at the Vikings, so we should see. I mean, we did win the chip there, but you got to be careful with that because their defense is serious. You got Jettas. Quinyon Mitchell will shut him the fuck down. So you see that. And
so I had the Eagles at 12-5.
Yeah, I got him like 14-3, 13-4.
12-5 is definitely respectful, man.
Any other games that you're looking to, non-Eagles games?
There's one game that I'm a little worried about. It's just one of those stupid games, like the Raiders. Like I always feel like there's always one of those dumb games the Eagles have, and I feel like it's just going to be one of those stupid games where I feel like the over 11.5 could definitely go under
because of that.
Just because of a stupid game,
yeah.
like they just why the fuck how the Eagles, like we're gonna look back on that loss in the postseason and be like, the Eagles won on to win the Super Bowl, but they lost to the Raiders. It's like the weirdest thing. It's like the stupidest thing that happened.
It would be the Raiders too of all teams. Like 100% would be the Raiders.
So I got them at 12-5. I think that's a respectful record. I do. I really do.
It is. There's nothing wrong with 12-5.
What's your favorite game on the schedule?
I wrote down 4 of them, dude, that I liked. Week 6, Bears at the Commanders. You got Caleb versus Jaden. You remember what happened last time. Go look at Chicago's opening 4 or 5 games.
Yeah.
Brutal.
Yeah.
Brutal, dude. That game is going to be very impactful in Caleb's career.
What, the one against Commanders?
Yeah, for this season, that's going to be a very impactful game, dude. A very impactful game.
It's too early, man.
There's a very good chance that they're 1-4 going into that game.
The Bears?
Yes. Are you looking at their schedule?
I haven't looked at their schedule. No.
Okay, let me bring it up for you.
You're gonna educate me?
Yeah. I got to do it often, but it's no big. All right, so the Bears open up they got the Vikings.
Gotcha.
Then they got the Lions.
Yeah, I see it.
Then they got the Cowboys. Then they got the Raiders. Then they got the Commanders. Then they got the Saints.
Okay, well, I think they could beat the Cowboys. They're at home. I think they could beat. I think they could beat the Raiders, but I think the Raiders are going to be wildly competitive.
Raiders are being slept on.
Yeah, super.
I'm 100% with you on that.
I'm so. I'm that team is like. I was a couple of years off of that.
I don't think I don't think they are going to be trashed. They have one of the. They have a top 7-8 head coach.
The GOAT's there too. He owns a piece of that little pie, you know.
Oh! I didn't know who you were talking about for a minute. I really didn't know.
When I say GOAT, you know who I'm talking about.
I thought you were talking about LeBron. But they open up against the Vikings. They could win that. You gotta, but I think that what's his face? Their defense with
Flores.
Yeah, I think they'll smoke his ass. Then they play the Lions. Dan Campbell versus Ben Johnson, and it's at the Lions. That's a very good game. I didn't catch that at first. Then they play the Cowboys. I mean,
the Lions are going to mollywop the Bears, though.
I hope so. I just think that's a big game. Week 9, Chiefs at the Bills. It's always a good game, dude. And it's like one of the few. And honestly, it's like the only time that Josh really gets to beat on Patrick.
Bro, I don't think there's a shot in hell the Bears make the playoffs.
They're not making the playoffs.
No,
I don't know what the fuck is on.
And what was their over under?
9.5, I think.
Oh, I'm going under. This is under. This is way under, dude. I don't see 10 wins here.
Oh no, hell no.
How do you see 10 wins?
8.5 games. I'm sorry, that's under.
The only win I can definitely see is the Saints. Yeah. Saints and the Giants.
Yeah.
And even the Giants, I feel like could be a little bit, because I think the Giants defense is going to be a little bit solid this year, but their offense is ass.
Week 10, Lions at Commanders. That's going to be an awesome game. You think the Lions forgot what the Commanders did to them last year?
Mm.
And then week 14.
Okay.
Game of the year. Big Door.
Big Door is crazy. He's not even playing.
You crazy. He's going to win the opening.
Big Door.
Big Door. He's going to win the opening.
Stop with this fucking. You're really going to die on the door shield.
Check my resume, bro. Shedeur Sanders can play. Shedeur Sanders.
Yeah, I mean, look, opening up the regular season for me, I think the
That's
Eagles
crazy. He just ignored Big Door talk.
I didn't ignore Big Door talk. Who do they play?
They play Cam Ward.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah, okay. Do you think they're going to compete against each other that day? Like you think he's going to be the starter?
Shedeur Sanders will be starting before October 1st.
Okay. All right. Fair. So I like going back to the schedule, the overall landscape, the Eagles and the Cowboys starting this off. I think that's fucking awesome. The Eagles and Chiefs week 2. I love that. I think the Eagles have the most intriguing, the best games of the first 2 weeks. And then week 5 for me, Patriots at Bills. Like I feel like that's going to be like an early indicator as to what type of team New England's going to be when they play against Buffalo in week 5.
I think they're coming ready for that, dude. With Vrabel.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I think that's going to be like the measuring stick for them. Like that's going to be the measuring stick game for them because I feel like week 5, we're going to see what type of team New England is with Drake May and Coach Vrabel. Like I feel like going into Buffalo, they're not going to be expected to win, but let's see how far they are with competing against them. You know, like let's see if they could stop their offense. Let's see if they could score points on that defense. Let's see if they can compete, you know, like at a high level. And I feel like that's going to be an important game for them, like moving forward in the season, just confidence wise and just overall team morale. Like I feel like if the Patriots go in there into Buffalo and stun them in week 5, I feel like that could light a spark for the Patriots season long term throughout the whole, for the rest of the season. It could definitely, change their whole trajectory based on their outlook. Confidence sparks. Week 8, I love the Commanders at the Chiefs. I think that's going to be a great game. I want to see Jaden Daniels in a hostile environment. Again, we saw what he was in Philly. He got his ass clapped. The Eagles beat his ass. The Eagles clapped his ass in the championship game. They did.
We really did clap his shit.
They clapped his ass. So I want to see him in a hostile environment again. I want to see him perform because I feel like that's really how you measure champions. Champions got to perform in hostile environments. That's just how it goes, man.
I know one can.
Yeah, I know. Well, he's done it. He's absolutely done it. So like I want to see Jaden Daniels do that, and I think that's a perfect opportunity to go into Kansas City and see what he's about. Because the
Commanders played him in Kansas City.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I thought Kansas City was at Washington for some reason. I do like that game. That's a good game too.
I don't think so.
That's a good game. I like that.
I think they're home. The Chiefs are home.
Who's your early prediction to win the Super Bowl? I know we do it later in August, but like right now, gut feel. Are we in the club going, or you think the favorite to win all 17 games, or you think Mar? What about Door?
Gut feel.
Yeah, like gut feel. If you had to say right now, you had to put a band on it.
Taking the Eagles.
For real?
Mm-hmm. Wow, I got the most complete team in the.
No, I'm laughing at Tom saying we're
game.
pacing. I wasn't laughing at you. Yeah, I would too. What about the AFC?
Wow.
Because I think this year is the most wide open it's been in a while. Because I don't think the Chiefs are going to be as dominant.
I think there's definitely a team that's gonna sneak up on somebody.
You think it could be Denver?
I think Denver's also a team.
I'm in the same boat.
Denver,
because I think Bo Nix pops this year.
I think he's really good.
I think Bo Nix is the quarterback this year to go. Now look, it's hard because Jaden Daniels in his rookie year went like up to week 8 and then all of a sudden was like bang.
Yeah.
But I feel like with Bo Nix, he was just kind of like slowly coming up, and I feel like he could. Like my thing is with Jaden Daniels this year. Jaden Daniels is competing against his rookie year. Mm-hmm. So anything short of that, you're going to nitpick him.
Okay.
Because it's hard to one up that short of making the fucking Super Bowl, right?
Yeah.
So my thing is that Bo Nix for me, because I don't think it's Caleb Williams, because I think Caleb Williams' schedule is crazy. I don't know about Ben Johnson. And to be really honest, bro, like keep it a buck, I don't really think Caleb Williams is all fucking that. So, and I think Bo Nix is in a great system. I think he's got a great defense to work with. I think he's got a good offense to work with. I think he's got a good head coach, even though I can't fucking stand him. I think that Bo Nix is the quarterback this year that makes a jump. And I also really, truly believe in Drake May. I'm a really big Drake May fan.
Yeah, no, I think Denver's the glaring team. Yeah.
Like if somebody had to unseat the Chiefs, I would kind of look at the Broncos. I think the Broncos are fair to be mentioned with the Chargers in that.
I think the Broncos are closer than the Chargers. Damn. That's close.
Their defense. Well, no. Their defense is better than the Chargers.
Mhm.
Bo Nix, I mean, he got the same amount.
I think Denver, I feel more confident Denver going into Kansas City, beating them than
So do
Chargers.
I.
Just because of their style. I've seen style.
I've seen Justin Herbert fuck it up too much.
But I also
not for nothing. Bo Nix should have beat him
last year. Yeah, with that fucking block.
That was such bullshit, bro.
Crazy.
I came in here so defeated because I'm like, yo, this dude just can't lose.
It's crazy. Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes has the Tom Brady luck, bro.
Yeah.
And I don't mean it like that. I'm talking about like that type of shit that used to happen for Tom Brady happens for Patrick Mahomes.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
I think the Rams.
I'm not throwing shade. Well, the Rams will probably be
the Rams. There's no way they're not good.
Well, the Rams. Oh no. I think the Rams are going to be good. But if the Rams start out like a casual 4-3, that's I'm trying to think. Does it start at Halloween or does it start at Thanksgiving? Let the Rams get healthy. The Rams are starting to catch on if the Rams get hot, because that's been the theme of the last 3, 4, 5 years.
Well, they won a Super Bowl. They could do that.
Well, I'm saying since the Super Bowl. I think the Rams can win a Super Bowl this year.
I think their Super Bowl winner is open. But the one thing that does worry about me, as much as I love Devontae and how much I love what he's going to bring to the Rams, a part of me is a little worried about it, just because if you look at the last, 3-4 years of Devontae Adams' career, every team he's went on has literally been garbage.
Yeah, but look, I mean, he went to Josh McDaniels, dog shit. He went to
the Jets.
Yeah, who was that dude? Who was the head coach? I can't even think of his fucking name. Rick Earlson. He's dog shit. I don't even know if that was his name. Some Urson or something.
No, Salah.
He got fired.
Oh yeah.
Ulrich. Yeah, he trash. And so when I see that, I'm just like, oh, now he's got McVay cooking for him.
Yeah, but I don't know, man. I know, but still, though, it's still it's like when you hadn't been part of a winning culture for a little while, I feel like it's kind of be hard to adjust.
I don't think that, though. He's a winner.
Maybe
Devontae Adams is a winner. He just was in dog shit situations.
He's never won.
He's been to an NFC chip.
Is he a winner? I think he's a great player.
I think he's a winning player. I think you could win.
Yeah, me too.
I think he's a winning player. I don't think he has a bad attitude.
That's my thing, and that's why I think it's going to work.
And I love his attitude, bro. He said, you ever hear? Did you see him on the podcast talking about milk check?
Oh yeah.
If I see a white quarterback, I yell at the quarterback, "Yo, milk!"
I mean, not for nothing, I'm giving to Devontae Adams all day.
Hell yeah!
Unless
it's Cooper DeJean. Cooper DeJean gonna lock his ass up week 3.
We'll see. That'd be a good matchup.
No, I think the Rams are for real this year. Rams are going to be a 13-14 win team if they stay healthy. The Rams are legit. The Rams are serious, bro. The Rams are serious, dude. They got Sean McVay is a top 3 NFC coach, right?
I think he's a top 5 NFL coach.
Absolutely. Just make sure you add Nicky DS in there. Speaking of Nicky DS, he got his extension, but he didn't comment on it.
Yeah,
on the details of it. I mean, he don't have to explain himself. He's a Super Bowl champion. Made the playoffs every year. Been to 2 of them things.
Still think it's kind of weird. You know what? I hate that though. And I hate that for the players too, because I feel like the players' contracts get exposed, but the coaches are kind of on the hush.
Completely agree.
I think that's kind of bullshit, because everybody else is public knowledge and your contract is on the hush. I am so against that. When I read that, he wasn't sharing his details of his deal. I just think it's bullshit, because we as media members, we come up here, we talk about people's money, we talk about we criticize that. Yeah. That's part of the game. It's part of the structure of the salary cap, how you construct a team, because it matters. And every dollar matters. Everywhere you allocate your dollar matters, because you have to build an entire roster, not just one position.
Not even. So it's the other part of that is too, man. Bro, is if Nick Sirianni won this Super Bowl. He's been the head coach 4 years. Playoffs, Super Bowl, won Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. He had a 4-year deal, right? Or was it a 5-year deal, his first contract? Maybe it was 5 years. My thing is if he didn't get another 5-year deal, I think that's suspect.
Why?
Because I think that's saying that they still don't believe in him.
I don't think though. I think
what do you think he got? Do you think he got a 3-year deal or a 2-year deal?
No, I just think that I think the commitment level these days is a little bit less loyal, in my opinion. I feel like a lot of companies or corporations are a lot less loyal than before. Like, I don't think we're going to see long tenure coaches like the way we used to.
Oh, not Nicky DS. We might have it.
Maybe. But as soon as that, he goes 4 on 4th down and the Eagles don't convert it, he's a bad coach. And everybody, I heard it all last year. Everybody bitched and complained about Sirianni. They wanted him fired. Now all of a sudden he's an awesome coach. It's like that's the shit that I hate because it's fucking inconsistent.
We bitched about him and we bullied him into making normal decisions.
Yeah, but they called for his job, and that's my point. Like I
never called for his job.
No, you didn't specifically. You weren't a fan of him. I know that.
I wasn't.
I
was not a fan of him when he does stupid things.
But that's what makes him great. That's what I love about him. He's got to have the balls to go for it, man. Because what does that tell you though? It tells you he believes in our squad. He believes in us. Like he believes in us as a team. 4th and 3, we're going for it. I don't give a fuck if we're on our own 30. Why are we going for it? Because I got fucking Devontae Smith, AJ Brown, Saquon Barkley, Jalen Hurts. I got a whole bomb squad.
But Nick, we talked about this before.
What the fuck am I worried about 3 yards for?
But my thing is we talked about this before, and I compared it to somebody like Dan Campbell. Like Dan Campbell is aggressive. It's his style. But like even look at that Buffalo Bills game, bro. You're down by 10 with 12 minutes left, and you're kicking a goofy onside kick where you harm your team. Like you have to make calculated. You have to take calculated risks.
But it is calculated because like he feels like his mistake can be made up regardless because we had the team that can go back and go score again. It's not really a loss.
Fair,
you're going for the kill. I like going for the kill.
I also think it's crazy that in the NFL that it's bad to take 3 points.
No, it's just the styles are different now because everybody wants to score touchdowns, and that's been the theme.
Yeah,
it's a track race to like 40 points now, almost, or 30 points.
It is.
You know what I mean? So it's like 3 points is a loss.
I don't know. I felt like defense was up last year.
Like I think 3 points to everybody is a loss, and I don't see that.
I think that's fucking ridiculous.
Well, it's a loss when you're Buffalo, you're playing in Kansas City. Yeah, you have to go for it.
Not necessarily.
You
got to score points. But I disagree with that. That's fucking cap. Hold on.
His history tells you that like you need to go and get every opportunity. Why?
Listen to me. When you are playing a Kansas City and you are Buffalo and you know that you cannot beat them in the playoffs, if it's the first drive of the game, and you go down to the 30-yard line or the 25-yard line, and it's 3rd and 7, and you miss that 3rd down, you take the 3.
Situations bad.
No, because if you don't score, the Chiefs are looking at it like, wow, they just did.
No, I'm saying you take the 3. I'm saying situations matter. But if you go down the field and you're on the 7-yard line or you're on the 3-yard line and it's 4th and 3, I'm not kicking a fucking field goal.
It depends on what the score is.
Because even if I turn over on downs, my defense has the ball against their offense on the 3-yard line. I have an opportunity for safety.
You told me their defense was shit.
They are shit. But I'm just saying, like, you got to have confidence in your team. You got to instill the confidence to say, I'm going to go for it because we had the players.
So then you can't agree with Dan Campbell doing that goofy onside kick.
What do you mean?
My point is that
I didn't agree with it.
But why?
I never agreed with it. I'm just saying I agreed with you and your take. I'm just saying that if he knew about the rule and he had to tell the other team, like, hey, I'm kicking onside, that's stupid.
But
if the other team didn't know,
about that. Yeah.
If the other team didn't know, I love it.
Well, Sean Payton did it in the Super Bowl when he beat Peyton.
I love it. Why? Take the fucking risk. Why not? What's the worst that could happen? You're going to lose the game anyway? Like, take the risk. You never know what can happen. But I feel like when you call those type of plays, it's a galvanizing thing to your team because it's letting them know that you believe in them.
Yeah. Well, Dan Campbell wasn't early. It wasn't lost. He was just early in the process.
Just early in the process. That's all he was. Exactly.
That's the episode name. Early in the process. Yeah, bro. That's.
But Sirianni, like going back to Sirianni, he deserved his bread. He 100% deserves his bread. I think Sirianni right now, I can confidently say I think he is a top 5 head coach.
Where do you rank him in the NFC?
Wow, I don't think he's better than McVay.
Fair. Although he's never lost to Sean McVay, he has the same amount of Super Bowl wins.
I think Matt LaFleur is up there with him too. I think Matt LaFleur, you can make an argument.
I like Matt LaFleur.
I think he's a great coach.
I like Matt LaFleur.
I think what's his name?
Don't say
it.
Don't say it.
What?
Don't say Kyle Shanahan.
I wasn't a fan.
All right, cool.
But he's up there too.
He's not better than Nicky.
I think Kevin O'Connell is going to be a damn good coach.
Facts. He's just not there yet.
Not there yet. I think he's going to be great. I think Todd Bowles has slept on too.
Me too, but Todd Bowles don't do it for me. But
I think he slept on. But I think Kevin O'Connell is going to be one of the next greats. I think he's going to be the next McVay.
He's going to be the next tenure.
I think he's going to be the next McVay.
Yeah, what you think? Did we speak on Liam Cohen? Duval. Oh. That was the weakest shit I ever seen, bro. I would have fired him on the spot.
I'm actually kind of happy we could talk about the Jags because I think Travis Hunter is going to be a bust. I think he's super talented. I think he's going to have.
Bro.
I think he's going to make flashy plays.
Did you see the routes he was running?
I think when he
looked like T-Lane.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like
he looked like the street team.
Like catching like this. Yeah,
he catches the shit like this. Look, like this.
I know. Catching with his body too. That was big. I'd never seen that when I was in practice with the Eagles. They always catch it with their hands. Always. You don't ever catch it with your body.
Never. I mean,
it bounces off your shoulder pads.
Yes, it's like 101 for wide receivers.
So I mean,
like, out on Trevor. I mean,
I'm out on him. Yeah, I want nothing to do with him in fantasy. I think if you take him in fantasy, it would be a free agent pickup at the end of the draft, a flyer. I would never draft him.
No. You don't believe in him?
Too risky.
You think he's ass?
If he's playing both ways, absolutely, I'm out.
Do you go both ways?
Next question. Okay. Nah, but for real though, I like. So going back to your question, do I think you say is he a top? Like, where's he at in the NFC?
Mm-hmm.
It's tough, man, because I also like Washington's head coach.
He's not better than Dan Quinn. I mean, he's better than Dan Quinn.
I think Dan Quinn is up there though because he took the Falcons to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, and he also blew it. Got to wear that, homie.
Fair.
You have to wear that.
You have to wear that.
But he got back to the NFC Championship game, and that means a lot.
Bro, he took the Falcons
to
the Super Bowl. He almost took
the fact, bro, he almost
took the Commanders to the Super Bowl. What a rookie.
He ran
this guy's legit, bro.
He ran into us.
He's legit.
Wait, wasn't with the Falcons?
He's not Sirianni, but I think he's legit.
With the Falcons, that wasn't it was who was his offensive coordinator? Wasn't it Kyle Shanahan?
They blew it. 28-3 lead.
Yeah, that's I can't stand Kyle Shanahan, bro. I just feel like for me, Kyle Shanahan is like one of them coaches, bro, that never gets any type of criticism. And it's like, bro, this dude has routinely blown big ass games and big ass moments.
But his resume is crazy.
I don't know. He can win with anybody until he got to win with anybody.
He's been to a lot of big
he can
games.
Coach.
Yeah, he can definitely coach.
I'm just saying, like, I don't know.
So where do you have Nick?
1B.
1B.
No, I got him 2 in the NFC because I think Sean McVay runs the offense. I don't think Nick Sirianni runs like the offensive play calling, but I think Nick Sirianni has a lot of intangibles and a lot of leadership, and he can juggle multiple like personalities and shit. Like, I think you got a lot of personalities on the Eagles, a lot, and they're all very fucking different. Especially like Jalen Hurts and Saquon and AJ. Like, I mean, think about it, bro. We don't know if AJ and Jalen and Devontae didn't go to the White House because of politics, but they didn't go. Saquon was there chopping it up with Trump, and it's like they're still together, no issues with that. Yeah. Like, there's a lot of shit to juggle for Nick Sirianni, especially when you got a superstar team. And I just feel like he knows how to keep them guys together. I mean, look, we're always in some shit, but we always come out chilling.
So, all right, so 2 is cool. I have him at 2 as well.
And then
I got McVay. I got McVay, Sirianni,
and then I would probably go LaFleur
at 3 over Shanahan.
Him or Shanahan, I don't know. Probably Shanahan.
That's tough.
I don't like Shanahan, man. I don't.
I know,
but I would go Shanahan.
I would go Shanahan just out of pure respect because I feel like he.
No cap. I think you can make it. You can make an argument that Kevin O'Connell is better than Matt LaFleur.
I love Kevin O'Connell.
I think you can make it better than Matt. That he's better than Matt LaFleur.
No, not yet. That's too early.
Fair, but I'm just saying. I think
next year we can have. Next year we can revisit that.
Where do you rank? Where do you rank? Dan Campbell.
Where I
forgot about Danny the Cock. He's at worst 4 in the NFC.
I think he's at.
He might be 5.
I think he's at best 5. Best.
We're gonna learn a lot about Dan Campbell this year.
Best. I'm saying at best he's 5.
So no higher than that?
No higher than that.
Damn,
because I gave up on him. I didn't give up on him. I think he's a great coach. I just think he's not in the elites yet. Like, I think that, to me, Kyle Shanahan can outcoach him. I think Matt LaFleur can outcoach him. I think Dan Quinn can outcoach him because I think Dan Quinn's in my top 5. Dan Quinn's in my top 5 in the NFC, bro. So I would probably go McVay at 1, Sirianni at 2. I'll go Shanahan 3. I'll go LaFleur 4. I'll go Dan Quinn 5. I'll tell you right now, Kevin O'Connell puts up another masterclass coaching performance. Kevin O'Connell will be number 4 next year for me because he'll leapfrog over he'll leapfrog over Dan Campbell.
If Kevin O'Connell makes the NFC Championship game this year, you going to
I don't give a fuck about that. It doesn't the NFC Championship game or not. That won't waver my thing. If he can bring JJ McCarthy to 11, 12 wins and the Minnesota Vikings have a home playoff game, this guy's a top 4 head coach. And
I think that's fair. Like I don't hate that, to be honest.
Like I think he would be neck and neck with LaFleur, and I think I would argue I would take O'Connell.
I think it's fair.
He did it with 2 quarterbacks.
Yeah.
That's fucking hard to do, bro.
I know.
You know how hard it is to do that? 2 quarterbacks? A rookie, a guy coming off an injury too? Like that kind of injury?
Yeah. And you did it with Darnold, whose career was fucking
I don't know, man.
garbage.
I
mean, he got Darnold paid.
That's what I'm saying. Like that matters.
Do you think Jalen Milroe will start at any point over Sam this year? Or do you think Sam could keep his job?
I think Sam's gonna keep his job because I think Sam's a baller.
For real?
Yeah.
You don't think it had anything to do with KFC?
You know I like Darnold.
I know that. He paid for your furniture.
Yeah, he did.
But I'm just saying, like, you don't think that it was all Kevin O'Connell? Killer Kev?
No, because the players make the
conspiracy?
plays. No, because the players play. The coaches put them in a position, sure, but the players got to show up and perform, bro. Kevin O'Connell wasn't out there slinging the rock. Some of the throws that Sam Darnold has made last year
were elite.
Were fucking wild.
They were
bro.
elite.
And it's like if we went back and watched the film, and I can cut up at least a minute of Sam Darnold's throws, and your jaw would drop to the fucking floor because he was damn impressive last year. The problem with Sam Darnold is everybody he's got that treatment of going back with the fucking Geno treatment. Everybody's going back to the Jets. He's trash.
I mean, it was garbage. Adam Gase, bro. He was wasn't that his guy, or was it Todd Bowles?
It was Gase.
It was Gase, and he fucking stunk. He ruined Le'Veon Bell's career.
That's a shame because I feel like
I'm trying to get Le'Veon on here.
Le'Veon Bell will come. Yeah, that would be great.
I'm trying to get him on here so bad, dude. You don't be answering his DMs though. I'm gonna have to slap the shit up out of him.
No.
What do you think about the tush push? They voted today 22-10. They needed 24 to ban it. I posted something a little bit this morning. It's so fucking corny.
Eventually, it's going to get banned.
Probably next year.
Yeah. I mean, it's just too close to call. 22 teams call for to ban it.
Bro,
they needed 24. They needed 24, right, to overrule it?
Yeah, you need 75.
So again, dude, they're 2 votes away. Now, let's go through the list. Who were the teams that sided with the Eagles? There was 10 of them, right?
Yeah, it was the Eagles, the Lions, the Ravens, the Browns, the Patriots. It
was the Eagles, Ravens, Browns, Lions, Jaguars, Dolphins, Patriots, Saints, Jets, and Titans. Those are the 10. So 2 of them have to flip next year in order for it to be.
Let me see
banned.
that real fast. Let me look at the team.
In order for it to be banned.
So if I'm looking at 2 teams that would flip next year,
who's going to hoe next year? Who are the 2 teams that are going to hoe the most?
The Dolphins and the Jags, maybe. Dolphins definitely, because they're sweet. They're breakdancers, like Bruce says. And then I would say Titans or Jags, because for me, the Ravens, you got a defensive guy. Browns, Stefanski, but I think Stefanski's a hard nose. It's the dog pound. He knows what it is in Ohio.
Yeah.
The Lions, Dan Campbell, he ain't coming from no contact. Patriots, Vrabel, he's about it.
Yeah.
Saints, Kellen Moore, he's loyal as fuck.
Yeah.
Aaron Glenn, he's defensive guy. He's coming from the Dan Campbell tree. He's not fucking with that. So I think it's a combination of the Dolphins, Jaguars, and Titans.
I would say the most likely.
Liam Cohen, he's sweet. You do.
Yeah, I would say the most likely would be the Dolphins and the Jaguars. I think the Titans would be out of that because I feel like they have a quarterback in Ward, or that would benefit them.
Excellent point. I love that.
So, like, I feel like with Trevor Lawrence, the way he got hit last year, he's more on that safe side. I'm trying to keep my guy safe.
Hold up. Cook.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, keep cooking.
Because he got hurt last year. So I feel like they want to keep him,
He got knocked the fuck out.
He got knocked the fuck out, bro. So, like, I feel like that safety thing for him wants to, I feel like they want to keep him in a box.
Speaking of, I'm surprised that they even voted yes.
Me too. But maybe Cohen ain't sweet.
I don't know. Well, here's the thing. I got mad love for Cohen because he was the offensive coordinator when Baker played that Thursday night game.
Baker still loves him. He don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
He left him, but he understands.
Yo, it is my fucking dream to get Baker on here, bro.
Oh, Baker Mayfield.
Bro, who has been riding for the Big Show more than me?
Nobody.
I took a beating on here for him.
Yeah, you did, man. The Bake Show.
I need the Bake Show, bro. I just need him to come on here, man. I reached out to him and like I told him, I'm like, yo, you're a man of God now. Please just come on here.
You're a man of God now.
Yeah,
it's crazy. You think that's the difference? You think that's what will do it?
I think he found God and lost patience. And he started
is that what it is?
Yeah.
All right.
I think it could help, bro.
What? Finding God and lose patience?
Yeah, I think it could help a lot of things.
Well, I think you need to have patience. I think losing patience would be a bad thing.
Nah, because I think when you lose patience, you're just on some fuck shit.
Like
fuck it.
Okay.
You just go about your business in your way. Like I lost patience, bro. Like I kind of just roll and do my own thing.
Yeah, I got you.
You know what I'm saying? Like I don't care anymore. Like I chill, smoke, play golf, pod, slap it up.
Yeah.
Shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So, but anyway.
You stay in your bubble.
Stay in my lane. I'm me, I do me, and I chill. But anyway, all right. That wraps that up. We'll be back next Wednesday.
Is that it?
Yeah, that's all we got because we covered the Diners, Brock Purdy.
Oh no, dude. What were you talking about the other day? Or last night? Cowboys level of respect.
Yeah.
What do you mean by that?
Like, do you respect because AJ Brown said like we definitely got to pay attention to him now.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So like I'm trying to think like where do you like what
because you texted me. So just for context for the audience, Paul's texted me last night. We were trying to put the topics together, and he said, just write this down: Dallas Cowboys level of respect. So I tried to FaceTime him last night to try to get some clarity on that. I didn't know what the fuck he meant, and so I wanted to bring it up today on the podcast to see what he meant. So,
bro, on MGM, the Cowboys win total was 7.5.
Yeah,
is that their win total?
Yeah, that's fair.
7.5.
But why are you so shocked though? You already said they were going to be bad.
Hey yo, nah.
But you said they were going to be ass.
7.5.
What's wrong with that?
Nothing. I fuck with the 7.5. I'm just saying, like that 7.5 wins is wild, bro. They're not winning 7. They're not winning 8 games.
I don't think so either. I don't think the Pickens moved any needles. That's what but I've already explained this. If you can't block for your quarterback, you can't run the football. Pickens doesn't.
That's why I said I don't think it's going to be on opening night. I said I think we're going to beat the dog shit out.
Well, maybe. I just think division games. I've always sided.
Bro, I did not know that. Yo, I'm dead serious, dog. I'm dead. What's
the Giants?
Serious.
The Giants 5.5, right?
I don't even know, bro. 7.5.
I think the Giants are 5.5. Or 4.5.
They're 5.5.
The Giants?
Yeah, I like over on that. That's high as shit.
The Giants is 5. Yo, 5.5 is fucking crazy.
But I think Jackson Dart's gonna be cheeks.
Alex Alberto, G. Does Irsay's daughters know how to run a football team? Good point. I don't know.
Why did he leave the team to them?
My assumption is, yeah, maybe it's probably in part of their will.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, think about it. Who the fuck is he owns the team. Who the fuck is he going to give it to?
Rest in peace to
rest in peace to Jim Irsay.
Excuse me. Rest in peace to Jim Irsay. I know I always come on here and talk about crazy shit about him being a cokehead, but honestly, God, like I hate to say it, but that's probably what happened, bro. You can't do coke like that. His heart probably exploded, or shit gave out. I mean, they said he just passed away in his sleep. Probably had a heart attack. But when you drink alcohol and do coke, I mean, what do you expect?
Yeah. Prayers to his family. That's definitely sad.
That's sad, man.
Especially for the Colt community. I know they love Irsay.
I know
they do, man, because he was an outspoken guy.
You think Carson Wentz is gonna go to his funeral?
God, Carson Wentz hates him. Well, where is Carson?
Chiefs.
He's still there?
I think.
Or is he a free agent?
Nah, he got back up 15. He got to back up 15.
Hey, I think he is with the Chiefs still. Is he?
I thought you were Googling it.
Yeah, he is. Okay, he's still he is. He's with the Chiefs. He sucks though.
Oh, he don't suck.
He's garbage, dude.
Nah, he not. He's garbage now.
He literally might be one of the worst quarterbacks in the league.
He's better than Daniel Jones. He's better than
not. Daniel Jones is better than Carson Wentz.
You're fucking crazy.
As of right now, I'm taking Daniel Jones over Carson Wentz, and I'm not even second guessing. I'm not even batting a fucking eye,
I can't
bro.
go there. All right, so who you taking? Anthony Richardson or Carson Wentz?
That is see now.
Hold on, yo. If you're the Colts, right? You're selling to your fan base. We're going into this season with the battle of the ass.
Bro, you can't tell me that you would take Carson Wentz over Daniel Jones, bro.
Hell yeah, I would.
There's no fucking way.
Daniel Jones is I mean, you're acting like Daniel Jones is something.
Come on. You think Carson Wentz is better than Daniel Jones? I think Daniel Jones had talent. I just think he was in a shit situation. I don't think Daniel Jones is a franchise quarterback, though. But I also don't think that Daniel Jones is buns. I think he could play, bro.
Daniel Jones fucking sucks.
I think he's got athletic ability. I think in the right situation, I think he can flourish. You said the same thing about Darnold. He was buns. He was trash. And guess what? He turned it around.
It was 1 year. Hold up.
Where
Daniel Jones did it 1 year.
And where's he at?
And he got fucking released, bro. After signing for 40 M's, they said, "Yeah, we good, bro."
Where's Daniel Jones at now? It's with the Colts.
The Colts.
I think he could do a lot better than Anthony Richardson.
Because Anthony Richardson fucking stinks.
Well, I think he could do better than Flacco did last year.
Joe Flacco fucking stinks, and he's 70.
So then it's an upgrade. You put Carson Wentz on there, it's not an upgrade.
Carson Wentz balled the fuck out. He was 27-7 with them.
It's not an upgrade,
bro. We're not doing this.
It's not an upgrade.
All right, bro.
It's not.
I'm not giving up on Carson Wentz, but I'm always rooting for Carson Wentz because he got a bad rap for no reason.
Where is he though? I don't think he's with the Chiefs. Because apparently, hold on. Yeah, this is
he's a free agent.
Another former Chiefs quarterback lands tryout before Carson Wentz. I need to know who this quarterback is. And I need to know now. Desmond Ridder is fucking crazy. Ian Book is crazy.
Ian Book, well, he was the Saints, right?
Hold on.
Ian Book, yo.
Carson Wentz passed over for tryout by Broncos in favor of Ian Book. This is a week ago, by the way.
They got to stop doing my man like this. They got to stop doing my man like this.
And you know who made this website? KC Kingdom. So the Chiefs Kingdom's website.
All right, guys, we'll be back next Wednesday.
That's embarrassing.
Or Tuesday. Hopefully we got Phil back too. He was a little sick. I think he might have caught the AIDS or something. But that's that. See you guys in a week. I'm out on that. I'm not talking no more. I had enough.
The Steelers could be an option.
He would flourish.
We out.
I'm caps lock different. It's facts, not fiction. Said I black out for real, then the track gone missing. If it's cap, I'm dipping. We ain't talking about a move, then it's flatline finished. When I spaz, I'm grinning. Put a peel off in the Sadies and I pass by spinning. It's perks with this life, but I don't have my skinnage. Took a quick trip and now I'm back home winning. And I see they eyes pop like I snack on spinach. Pull up to the spot, she tryna grab my digits. I'm already 8 shots, a Henny past my limit. Here you go. Hazards with a dash full of tickets. I'ma act like I don't see them. I got bad eye vision. Y'all can't pass my scrimmage. While y'all tripping, it's Aruba. I realize I